You know, as a first-time home buyer, you get pulled in all sorts of different directions from parents, neighbors, friends, family members, all who have advice on what you should do. And there's a lot of noise out there. And so I thought I'd try and be really helpful for you. If I came up with the list of the 5 biggest things that I've seen since I've been dealing with first-time home buyers, and hopefully from this video, you won't be making these same mistakes. That is the hope and the prayer to make your whole process smoother and easy. All right, so with that, hey, let's get started. Number 1. The first mistake, and biggest, easily, by far, is going out house hunting without even being financially qualified. Now, this one is the first because it's the most important. And look, I know. Trust me when I tell you, I know. You're thinking, well, what if I don't say anything that I like? Then I just took a hit to my credit for no reason. Let me tell you something. It's not that deep. Your credit's not going to get hit that hard. It's really not. And honestly, that's actually a different video we can talk about when it comes to dealing with that. But it's not that deep. Your credit is not going to take that big a hit. And the reality is, you're looking for a home. That's part of the process. All right? Knowledge is key. So get pre-qualified. And the reason this is so important is simple. You've got no idea what your purchasing power may be until you've spoken with the lender. So while you're out about walking around, running, driving, internet, surfing for homes, and you see that perfect, that HGTV home of your dreams, and you, or your significant other, you're like, oh, we found it. This is the one. We saw it. We're in love with it. This is the one I can see raising our kids in, the whole 9 yards. You're going to say, yo, let's go get a home. Let's go get a loan, and go buy our dream home. All right, cool. And then you meet with your lender. And then you find out that your purchasing power does not quite meet the price of your dream home. And now you're sick. Now you're brokenhearted. And subconsciously, any home that you're looking at that's within whatever your price range may be, it's not good enough anymore. Because mentally and emotionally, you're comparing that home to the one you shouldn't have looked at in the first place because it doesn't fit your current financial situation. Right? Now, if you're looking at something in the future, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, that's different. But right now, no home will suffice. And you have just self-sabotaged your home buying experience from the beginning, from the jump. So please, talk with your local lender first before you go out shopping. Trust me when I tell you this, and I do mean local, and I stress local. If you want to know why I say local, that's a different video too. We're not going to get on that right now, but it's on my YouTube page here. It's on my Facebook page as well. All right. Bottom line is, before you begin your search, not only will you have peace of mind knowing what your limits are, your process actually goes that much smoother and faster because now you know what your financial boundaries are. So get that pre-qualification. Trust me when I tell you, if you don't, you're just going to cause yourself heartbreak. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, looking for a unicorn. Looking for a unicorn is really, really simple. You know that checklist that you've compiled of the 30 plus things that you must have in a home? Yeah, be prepared to revamp all of that list. All right, that house with that 2.5 car garage, the fence in the backyard, finished basement, open kitchen, that's within walking distance of all your favorite shops and venues. Yeah, that doesn't exist. It just doesn't. And if it does, odds are that's going to be outside your purchasing power. That's just the law of averages. Okay. Now, which you want to know is, which by the way, your purchasing power, you're going to know if you didn't make mistake number 1. So, time to start reconsidering and knowing that you're going to have to make some adjustments. Your house should actually be about 75% of your wish list. The other 25% you need to go ahead and have to deal with. Whether it be, I guess, it's got all the bedroom space I want, but the living room isn't that great, or it's got the neighborhood I want, but the house needs a little bit of work. You're going to have to pick and choose which one you want to deal with. There is no 100% home. That's just how that works out. Sometimes there's more value in buying a home that needs a little bit of work and it's a little bit dated, and then putting that sweat equity in and increasing as it goes. So that's just up to you. Bottom line is, stop hunting for that unicorn. You're only going to find it on the HGTV. Number 3, and this one's a really fun one. Using the listing agent to represent you. Say you go to an open house. You love the house. You want to write an offer. And you talk to the listing agent that's there and they say that, hey, they can represent you. They know the house. They know the seller. It's going to be an easy transaction, right? Wrong. The listing agent's best interests are to serve the listing agent's client. Who, let me think about who that would be. Oh yeah, it'd be the seller. Okay. How can you represent both sides fairly? The listing agent they may even tell you, hey, I'm gonna cut my commission by 1%. Hey, I cut your deal on the house. We'll say the house is at $200,000. I know I can get it for you for $195. Okay, well, what if the house is really only worth $190? Then what? Did you really get a deal? No, you didn't. You know why? Because the listing agent's first and fiduciary duty is to the seller. You want someone whose fiduciary interest is to you, licensed by the state to represent you and take care of you. You want somebody in your corner. That's it. Because if something goes wrong, guess what? That agent's going to ride with that seller, that owner all day long, not you. That's just how that works out. So you want someone in your corner who can be negotiating and fighting for you. That's like having a lawyer and then hiring the other side's lawyer and paying their fees to go against you. That doesn't make a bit of sense. Right? So don't do that. Don't shoot yourself in the foot that way. Do not deal with the listing agent unless you're an investor. Then that's just numbers. It's not a big deal. Right? And if you're looking for a good agent in your area, hey, you're talking to one right now. Yours truly. Just saying. Anyway, do your due diligence though. Trust me, I'll tell you, it's worth it. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Number 4, underestimating your expenses. All right. Now, when you were renting, you may have only had to deal with maybe electric or gas. You may not have to deal with water. You may not have to deal with sewage. But guess what? When you're a homeowner, you're dealing with all of that. And you might be dealing with all of it at one point in time too, because you could have a gas water heater and stove and electric units, and you're going to have electricity. But every house has electricity. So that's just how that is. You might be dealing with a gas stove and a gas water heater. So that's 2 bills right there. You're going to pay for sewage. So that's your 3rd bill right there. Okay. So you're going to have more expenses, and they're going to be increased. So you need to be aware of that. And you should put money to the side, not just for expenses, but for repairs. Because I'm going to tell you something. For my Game of Thrones people, you know the expression, winter is coming? Well, guess what? After you buy a house, guess what? Repairs are coming. Something's going to happen in that first year of home ownership. What it is, I have no idea. It's just the law of averages. Something's going to happen. You want to have about 1% or more of whatever your mortgage payment is set aside, because you just don't know what's going to happen. At the same time, though, get a home warranty. It will offset many, many, many of those issues. All right, so keep it moving. Number 5, boom. Thinking that you're going to purchase a home, it's going to automatically increase in value once you got it. That is definitely not the case. In fact, there are a lot of times, depending upon where you go, whether it be new construction, depending on the area you're in, you might purchase a home and it automatically is at the top tier of value and it won't go anywhere for a couple of years. You just don't know. If you're purchasing at the peak of the market, you just don't know. But don't go in expecting to purchase a home and have instant equity or have instant value or appreciation value. That's not going to happen. That does not always happen. It's not realistic. You should be buying your home because it's a smart financial decision. Because it's the right thing to do for your family, because it increases your livelihood and because it increases your quality of living and the things that you want to do. Now, if the market, which by the way, you can't control, I can't control, no one controls the market. Like I said, the market is, the real estate market is just like the stock market. It goes up and down, have no control over that. It is what it is. Now, if that market just happens to go up, as you purchase your home, hey, that's a win. 2 thumbs up, you're in there. And if you purchased a home and had equity in it from the appraisal, hey, that's a win too. But we're going to talk about that on a different video about the appraiser and equity. And if you disagree with any of this, you need to take a deeper look into why you're purchasing a home and understand how the market works. All right. My goal here is to ensure that you're as informed as possible so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. No one is psychic. So I'm not telling you to go out and buy an overpriced home and then you're going to have trouble selling it later, because that's a very real possibility. And I'm definitely not telling you to go buy in an area that's showing appreciation, because the trend analysis may show it now, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen and keep going the next 4 or 5 years. You just don't know. All right. And if your whole idea is scripted and planned out, like you're going to buy your first home, live in it for 7 years, get married, have a few babies, and then sell your home that has just miraculously increased in value by 10%, and then you're going to get a bigger house. Well, the market really doesn't grow like that. And if it's your goal to jump in the market at the exact right moment and then sell and jump out at the exact right moment, you're not going to win. You're going to lose. You should be buying your home for the right reasons, which should not be trying to time the market. It should be, again, to increase your quality of life, for your livelihood, for yourself, for your family, all those important things. Not to time the market, right? Be very careful and just know your house does not automatically appreciate. All right, this is Aaron, the Brit Real Estate Team. I hope you got some knowledge for this. My whole focus is that you learn some things. Hopefully don't make these mistakes. And remember, knowledge is key. I always want you to buy with knowledge and sell with confidence. Check out some other videos if you got the questions. They're going to be out there. I'm out.